to another exciting episode of Connect with Eleanor. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Have you ever noticed that you keep attracting the same set of partners? You keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. Maybe you've been in multiple relationships where you feel unheard, you feel disrespected, you feel like this person doesn't respect me. Why do I keep meeting the same type of guys? Why do I keep meeting the same type of ladies? Exactly is going on. You're somebody that you're always attracted to emotionally unstable guys. Guys that they don't have interest in you. There's some people that they are attracted to guys that don't like them. There's some people that they are attracted to guys that are toxic in their character. We'll be exploring how to recognize these patterns and how you can change this pattern, how you can start attracting healthy relationships, how healthy people can start coming into your life instead of destructive ones. Understanding different types of attachment styles, because those are the things that determine the type of partners that people attract in their life. So we're going to be going in depth of this so you can have a basic knowledge of what it means when you keep repeating the same pattern of relationship, you keep meeting the same set of guys. In fact, you tell yourself that are these people too? Why do they have similar characters? So those are the things we're going to be exploring in today's episode of Connect with Eleanor. But before I continue, kindly subscribe, share. Now, if you're somebody that you're from a dysfunctional family or a dysfunctional home, there's a way you tell yourself that I will not repeat my parents' pattern. I will try as much as possible not to become like them. But the truth of the matter is that you have to be careful when it comes to statements like that. The reason is because these people are the first caregivers that you were introduced to. So the way they portrayed relationship to you really affects you. It's like a form of foundation. So anytime that foundation is already rusty, any other thing you build on it will have issues. Notice whether unconsciously or consciously, we tend to replicate our parents' style of relationship, style of communication, style of doing life if we are not careful. Attachment styles, they refer to the way we form and maintain relationships. They are shaped by our early experiences with our parents and they can influence. So I'm going to be talking about these attachment styles in depth now. The first one is the fearful avoidant. Now, this set of people, they are the fearful avoidant, characterized by fear of intimacy, emotional closeness, and combined with a tendency to avoid emotional connection and intimacy. So this kind of people, they fear intimacy. They don't want a form of emotional closeness with their partners. Trauma causes it. Emotional neglect. If you're somebody that maybe growing up, your parents did not really care about you, they just left you to figure out life on your own, there's a tendency you might have a fearful avoidant relationship style with your partner, whether consciously or unconsciously. Another thing is that these people, due to the fact that their parents are inconsistent in taking care of them and they are inconsistent in showing them care, so those are the things that contribute. So when they enter a relationship, they enter mostly a fearful avoidant relationship. Characteristics of people in this category. So once I mention this characteristic, you obviously know which one you fall into and you'll be able to work on it. The first characteristic is that they have fear of intimacy. These people, they avoid emotional connection. They don't want to be emotionally connected to someone. They might be in a relationship with that person, but it doesn't mean they are connected emotionally. These people, they have difficulty in trusting others. They have trust issues. This guy always has something to hide. And these people, their emotions are unstable. They have self-protective strategies. These people have difficulty maintaining long-term relationships because they feel like people are not trustworthy, they are not consistent. So in that kind of relationship dynamic, they'll be having issues with their partner because they will not, their partner will be expecting a form of connection with them emotionally, but they won't be able to give it in return. So those are the fearful avoidant set of people. The signs of this set of people is that they have difficulty opening up emotionally. When you guys are having deep conversations as couples, they won't be able to open up to you and tell them. These people, they don't like physical touch and intimacy. Even if this person is their wife or their husband, they find it difficult to have physical intimacy. These people, they are so uncomfortable when it comes to emotional connection. You understand? These people, because of their the way they are brought up, they have this fear of rejection. So because of that, they would rather keep their emotions bottled inside. And these people, they have tendency to sabotage their relationship. Once they feel like this person is coming too close, or this relationship is already getting to a serious level, they try to find issues to bring together so that this thing can just scatter. That's just the way it is. So this kind of people, they have difficulty regulating their emotions. I mean, 1 minute they are up, another minute they are down. This kind of fearful avoidant relationship approach, the person that is the partner of such people, they have to be intentional. You have to be supportive. Those kind of people that are fearful avoidant, they have to make sure that they meet somebody that is trustworthy. You understand? Somebody that they can trust with their emotions, somebody that they can really, really open up to, because it takes a long time for those set of people to bond with their partners. And one of the solutions for fearful avoidant people is that they have to be self-aware. They have to build trust. They have to develop emotional intimacy with their partner. They have to be able to talk about issues when they are not feeling okay, when they are sad. They have to be able to communicate well with their partners, or else they're going to have issues in long term. So there are some people that, the way I listed all this is, you obviously you are in that category. You have difficulty opening up to your partner. You don't want to share your thoughts. You don't want to, because you fear rejection, because you feel like this person cannot be trusted. I mean, because of the way you were brought up and the way your parents were not consistent, the kind of example they gave made you tell yourself that I cannot open up to this person. That's why those kind of people, they have to be intentional when they are choosing their partners. So if they choose somebody that is coming from a healthy home, or someone that has worked on themselves, it will be so easy for that person to support them and build that trust over time. So people like that, their partners they have to understand exactly what they are going through. So then the second set of attachment style is the anxious preoccupied. People, they are characterized by deep-seated fear of abandonment, rejection. They have an intense need for emotional closeness. I mean, these people are clingy. They are the kind of partners that they want to be following their partner 24/7. Where did you go? Who did you talk to? Because they have this fear of rejection. So they fill that void with being clingy, being intense need for emotional closeness, for always wanting to be around their partner 24/7, because they feel like that's the only way. They're always anxious. Hey, I hope he's not dating somebody else. I hope he does not have somebody else. Those kind of people, there's a reason why. I see somebody to be anxious, preoccupied in their relationship. You have inconsistent or reliable caregiving in childhood. If they do not have parents that show them love, show them support, they have to be pleasing other people to get that closeness, to get that intimacy. So those kind of people, they tend to be like that. There might be people that they were emotionally neglected. Anytime they want to voice out their opinion in the house, nobody is ready to listen to them. So they have this form of emotional neglect. They have gone through trauma, they've gone through abuse, they've gone through so many issues that made them have this fear of rejection. So because of that, they always want to be around their partner. They're always anxious. When you find another person, due to trauma, so many things can cause bullying. A lot of things can cause somebody to be anxious, preoccupied. Kind of relationship is an anxious, preoccupied relationship style. Number one is the fear of abandonment. These people, every time you always say, I hope you won't leave me for somebody, they have this fear that people will abandon them, will reject them. Just like probably one of their parents or their family members, they always have something to relate to the past. These people, they need reassurance. You always have to tell them, I love you, I care about you every single day. I mean, you tell yourself that, what is this? I've told you now. These people are just like that. They always need that reassurance every single day until they heal. These people, they don't know how to regulate their emotions. 1 minute they are high, 1 minute they are low, 1 minute they are sad, 1 minute they are happy. They always try to look at for their partners. And where did he go? Who did he talk to? They are the kind of people that their partners mostly cheat because this guy just feels suffocated. I mean, I was just with you in the house like 2 hours ago. Why? What are you looking for in my place of work? When it's like you don't have your own place of work, why are you always monitoring me? If you are not careful, it might even lead to obsession. They are always clingy. They are always overly dependent on their partners. They are people pleasers. They will always do everything for their partner. What do you want? They will not compromise. They will always be doing everything for their partners because they feel like if they do all the things that their partner require, maybe they will not abandon them. There was a particular friend of mine like that, it was obvious that she was in an anxious, preoccupied attachment style because, she kept doing everything to please this guy, to make him happy and all these things. Eventually, this guy still left her because, there's only so much somebody can take. In a relationship, you need a breathing space. You need to breathe, for Christ's sake. You can't be with your partner 24/7. You understand? And it gets tiring when you have to be reassuring somebody every time that you love them, you care about them. Whereas these little things can be shown in your actions. So those are the things that affect people that are anxious, preoccupied. So those kind of people, they're always worrying, they always feel like this person will reject them. So they tend to keep a lot of secrets, but they tend to, cling on their partners. Anything their partner has them to do, they will do it. They will do it, but at the expense of their own emotional stability, because they just don't want this partner to reject them. So for those kind of people, they have to be able to build their self-esteem and confidence. They have to develop healthy communication. They have to let themselves understand that this person will not abandon me, will not reject me. I don't have to fear. Whatever will be, will be. You understand? Give your partner a breathing space. Let them, those kind of people, probably go to therapy or work on themselves. You understand? Those kind of people, they have to be intentional, or else they will just sabotage their marriage. They will suffocate their partners to the point that their partners will start going outside, because 24/7 you're always calling him, you're always checking his phone, you are always, so many things that people do out there, especially ladies, is because they are anxious, preoccupied, because growing up they don't have a stable home. They've been in a repeated pattern of unstable partners, inconsistent partners, so they feel like this person might abandon me anytime, so I have to cling to him. Now, the third category of attachment style is the dismissive avoidant. These people, they have childhood experience of emotional neglect. Their parents were not there for them, due to one thing or the other. They've been emotionally neglected. They've had trauma. They've been abandoned. Some people, they avoid intimacy and emotional connection. They come across as distant, as cold. I mean, you tell yourself, why are you so cold? Their partner is trying to express their emotions to them, and they're just looking at him with no emotions. This kind of people, they have difficulty expressing their emotions. They prioritize their independence. They're always ready. If you like, leave me, that's the whole problem. I'm ready. I can do this thing on my own, because they've had a lot of appointments growing up, so they've learned to be independent and not rely on their partners. They are ready to move anytime. No form of emotional attachment. So these people are the dismissive, avoidant set of people. They have tendency to sabotage their relationship, especially when the person is coming too close to them and the person keeps telling them, open up now, why are you so cold to me, why are you this one? They'll be like, please, I'm not interested in this relationship again, don't ask me for that. So those kind of people, it's not their fault, due to the fact that they kind of childhood they found themselves, the kind of relationship experience, and a lot of things, the environment, so many things causes people to be dismissive, avoidant. You understand? So there was a particular friend of mine like that. She was in a relationship with this guy. This guy was someone that was always clingy. He was the preoccupied, anxious, always clingy to this girl, and the other partner was a dismissive, avoidant. I mean, she doesn't express any emotion. So there was issues because the guy kept clinging to her and she was not even interested. He was expressing his emotion, doing everything. And who did you call? Who did you text? So imagine two sets of people coming together with that kind of attachment style. There's no how they will have issues, because the lady is not ready to express any emotions. She's as cold as anything, always expecting that this person will disappoint her. I know this person is extra clingy, not giving her a breathing space. There's no how she will not sabotage that relationship and say, please, the way you talk to me the other day, I don't like it. I'm breaking up with you. Those kind of people, it's very easy for them to break relationships. I mean, very easy. Tell yourself, after many years people spend together and you just broke it like that. Those are the dismissive, avoidant set of people. Then we have the secure attachment. These people are very secure in their relationship. This secure attachment is the correct model for every relationship out there that is healthy. You understand? These people know how to communicate. They give their partners breathing space. As much as they are independent, as much as they are working on themselves, as much as they don't lose their sense of identity, they try as much as possible to rely on their partners. They work together as a team. They communicate. Even when they have issues, they know how to deal with conflicts. So those kind of people, they are in a secure relationship. But you see, the remaining three sets of people, that relationship is not secure because they have a lot of baggages. So if you're somebody that you and your partner, probably one is fearful avoidance, one is dismissive, and you guys are in a relationship, you have to be intentional. You have to be sensitive, because it might just be catastrophic for both of you if you're not careful. So that's the reason why I had to do this episode so that people can be aware of the kind of attachment style they have and how they can work together with their partners. So now, in this type of attachment style, there are characteristics of people that are involved. So I listed these 4 characteristics of people that are involved in this kind of attachment style. So you will surely, find yourself in this category in one way or the other. The first, they are the pursuer. This pursuer, they are often anxious, preoccupied. They are always seeking for reassurance. They are always the one pursuing people, seeking for reassurance. Do you love me? Tell me that you love me. I want to know you love me. That would be like, I mean, what is your obsession with it? Happy birthday. What are you expecting? So these people, they always want that reassurance. The second category is the distancer. These people, they are always creating distance. Anytime there's an intimacy, especially when it comes to emotional intimacy, you want to have deep talk, they will avoid it. They are not deep people at all. They will not go to that level with you. They might be playful, they might be, very open and honest, but when it comes to the deep aspect of their life, you will not know it because of the way they are. Then we have the people pleasers. They are the anxious, preoccupied. They always want to please people. They're always doing everything to make their partners happy. They're always compromising their faith, their belief, their standards just to make their partner happy because they don't want to be rejected due to their childhood trauma. So those are the things that happens when people do not work on their childhood trauma and their childhood experiences. Another thing, they are the narcissists. These people, they are always self-centered. It's always about them, their issues. They don't care about anybody else. So this kind of people, they are dangerous. Especially narcissists, they are dangerous people to be in a relationship with because they don't care about their partners. They're just like, whatever is not my business. Whatever happens to you, good luck. Because the kind of childhood experiences they've had with parents that don't care about them. So they're like, why should I care about somebody else? They've learned this I don't want to say they've learned to be selfish, but they've learned to be so self-reliant, selfish in all their ways that it's always about them. As much as I'm a big preacher of self-care and all these things, especially when you're in a relationship, you need to be able to care about your partner, to be intentional, because this narcissistic, they cause a lot of... Narcissists are very dangerous to be in a relationship because it's all about them. The circle always revolves around them. The drama always revolves around them. We have those kind of people in the circle of friendship as well, and in relationship. So what exactly causes this kind of relationship pattern, this set of people, this attachment style? What makes people fearful, avoidant, dismissive, anxious, preoccupied? The childhood experience. Like I said, whatever went wrong in your childhood, whatever you have gone through, really affects you a lot. I always tell people, for someone like me, so many issues that I went through in my childhood, so many rejections, I don't want to go into the details, but so many of those things really shape who I am, you understand? For someone like me, as much as I love people, I care about them, I have difficulty trusting people, you understand? I take my time. If I don't know you for a long time, I cannot even trust you. Don't bother. The truth is, if you look at it very well, it's still coming from childhood experience. Somebody hurt you, or somebody made you feel like you're not safe, so you've learned to just keep your guard up. So over time, I had to learn to let my guard down, even though I'm still working on myself. The thing that I would say is that causes all this kind of attachment style that are not healthy is trauma. People that have gone through rape, abuse, they have difficulty in connecting with people, so their partners have to be very careful. These people, they have another thing is that when somebody has low self-esteem, it makes them have this unhealthy attachment style. For someone that has low self-esteem, they will be people that they don't want their partner, they don't want conflict in their relationship. You understand? Anything their partner says, they agree with it, even if they are not okay with it, because they don't want conflict. They're always avoiding issues. And the truth is, you will have conflict. You need to learn to resolve all these things instead of just agreeing. Yes, no problem. Yes, do it, no problem. So this kind of people, they over time they've lacked boundaries, probably because the kind of childhood they grew up in, everybody's always in each other's business. There's no boundary. So those are the things that affect people a lot. So when you now tend to tell yourself that, okay, with all these things that is going on around me, then you now keep attracting some set of people, and it is because you have not worked on yourself. You have not worked on all that trauma. You have not healed from that pain. That's the reason why you keep attracting the wrong set of guys. So, you always see the handwriting on the wall. I mean, you will literally see this person and say, no, this person is wrong for me. you're somebody that you still have trust issues, and you are in a relationship with a guy that obviously he has like 3 ladies, or he's not someone that is serious, you have issues because you naturally you have trust issues. Then you now find a guy that is a playboy, there will be a problem. So you have to be intentional. If you understand yourself, your trauma, what you're working on presently, it will affect the kind of guys you associate with. You understand? You'll be with someone that is trustworthy, somebody you can feel safe to open up to. You understand? To break that cycle, to stop attracting those set of guys, those set of ladies, you have to work on yourself. It starts from the inward to the outward, so that you won't be attracting the wrong set of guys. Number 1 is self-reflection. Identify what are the patterns. Okay, what are the patterns of the relationship I've been in? What are the kind of guys that I usually attract? List all those things out. Those are the things that will give you pointers. Okay, I think I'm this kind of person. I have this kind of attachment style. So how can I work on it? So how can I be intentional about when I'm choosing partners? You don't choose emotionally unavailable partners. People that are not trustworthy. People that are not honest. That are not kind. Another thing is that you try and work on your healing. If you're somebody that you can go to therapy, you can go for counseling. If not, just try and work on it yourself. Take care of yourself. Set boundaries. You understand? Be mindful of the people you date. I always tell people, as a Christian that I am, people always say this issue of generational curse. See, you will see village people like this. You see them first. And a couple of years ago, I was still in uni that time, and I met this particular guy. Obviously, he was talking. I mean, I could see the handwriting on the wall. They did not need to tell me that this person is a generational person. I'm not saying that people are bad. I'm just trying to give you guys on a lighter note. This guy just had the characteristics of the set of guys that he is a red flag. Don't even bother yourself. I didn't even bother myself. When he was even asking for my number, I told him I'm not giving my number. Please, I had to just let him go, because there's no point in starting. You understand? For someone like me that I have difficulty trusting people, I take my time before I trust people. Even the people that I've known for years, my trust level with them is still shaking. Talk less of you meeting someone that is not stable again, you will have issues. So you have to is when you understand the kind of person you are, what you're going through, your traumatic experience, that's what will determine the kind of partner you will be in a relationship with. But in case you're already married, you guys have to work on it. You have to be intentional when it comes to your communication. My dear, you're too clingy. What is going on? Talk about it. Talk about your childhood trauma. How can you help this person overcome it? Work together as a team. And if you cannot overcome it, then you go and seek outside help, therapy, counseling, and all, so that you can work on all. Because those are the things that sabotage our relationship with people. Because two partners having contrasting attachment styles will have issues. Somebody that is cold and distant, that doesn't know how to communicate with somebody that is over clingy, always looking at, there's no how they will not have issues. So you have to be intentional when it comes to breaking this cycle. It all starts from you. Apart from you're praying, you're fasting, God break this generational cause, don't let my family pattern happen in my life again. You have to be intentional yourself. Reflect. What are the things how did you feel when you were growing up? What were the things that shaped the kind of person you are today? That's what will determine the kind of person you be in a relationship. I always tell people, to choose a suitable partner, you have to look inward. What kind of person I am? If you're somebody that you have trust issues, and you're somebody that you want loyalty from a man, you do not go ahead and marry somebody that is of a religion that believes that you can marry more than 2 wives. You will have issues. You understand? So you have to be intentional and know the kind of person you are. If you're okay with it, there's no problem. If you guys are like 5 wives, if you're okay with it, no problem. But if you're someone that you know the kind of person you are, that you require this closeness, this intimacy, you want your husband to be your own and your own alone, you will not go and marry somebody that believes in polygamy. That's why I always tell guys and ladies out there, the kind of person you are determines the kind of person you'll be in a relationship with. So it determines the kind of person you will attract. So if you're someone that you're working on yourself, you found out that this is an unhealthy attachment style, you'll be able to work on it. You'll be able to attract the right set of people. And in case you find yourself that, oh my God, it's like I'm attracting those set of people, try and work on yourself. Reflect. What exactly is causing this thing? Why am I meeting the wrong set of guys? There is problem, and it's not coming from outside. It's from you. Apart from the spiritual aspect of it, it's coming from you. So you have to be intentional. So that's all for today's episode of Connect with Eleanor. I hope you guys have learned too much about attachment styles, and by reading all these points and emphasizing on it, I hope you guys have realized what category you follow, how you can work on yourself. If you're somebody that you are so anxious and so clingy, and you go and marry somebody that, or you are in a relationship with someone that is so cold, you guys have to be intentional, because it's just like two opposites. It's like you have to be intentional about your relationship. Just have to be intentional. You can't avoid to just leave your marriage or your relationship just like that. So every relationship requires communication. So it all goes back to the first set of caregivers that were introduced to your life. The kind of pattern, if you're somebody that your father is always beating your mother, there's always emotional abuse. You might think that is the right one. There are some people that they do some things for their wife, for their husband, for their boyfriends and their girlfriend, and they would think that is actually right. Because growing up, you've always seen their mother break things in the house, do a lot of things, all in the name of she wants to express her emotions, and they feel like it's the right thing to do. Anger issues, those are the things that stem from childhood. So you have to be intentional to work on all these things and stop attracting these guys that are obviously red flags for you. You know that this person is bad for you, and you still intentionally carry yourself in that relationship. So we have to be intentional. So thank you so much for watching today's episode of Whatever and Know. I hope you had a great time, because I've had a great time. I've learned so much. So I will see you another time, working on yourself, being intentional, being sensitive when you meet guys, being sensitive, being intentional when you meet new set of people, to know if you can be in a relationship with this kind of person, and working on yourself as well. Like I said, self-recovery from this kind of unhealthy attachment styles starts from within. You start from within, then to the outside, then you will attract the right set of people. So I love you guys so much. I celebrate you. Remember that Enno loves you so much and she cares about you. Bye.